Okay guys, this will be first start part 2. Just wanted to go over a couple quick things here. This is the fuel rail that I had put on the car. This was actually out of the 89 donor I had. And I got it in and I knew that I should have replaced these lines and I didn't. And as you can see, these just basically popped right off. So they were leaking gas pretty much everywhere. You can see that it's broken there. So I took this thing down to the Mustang shop and I'm like, hey, you got any lines or can you hook me up? So what he did is like, well, I've got over here on the shelf, I've got out of a 94 Mustang, which is an upgraded fuel rail, which you can see right here, kind of where my finger is right here. And it's a little bit different, and I had to do some finagling with the lines. These lines here, the gas lines coming in, I'm gonna have to do something. I'm gonna have to go back into the drawing board, but I just want to get it started. So I got this upgraded fuel rail. You can see it back there a little bit. Upgraded non-adjustable fuel regulator, and it's also got a Schrader valve right here, which you can see, which I can plug it in. I can see what my pressure is on my fuel line. Now, there is a Schrader line right here off the 89 Mustang, but you can see all this stuff's in the way and I couldn't get to it to plug into it. So this area is gonna have to be readdressed and I'll have to do something with that. So now the second thing that I ran into here is he had this thing, the guy who built the engine had this thing marked top dead center, and I was assuming that he did it on the compression stroke. So I put the distributor in, number one facing basically right up here where my finger is, sorry. And I couldn't get this thing to fire up, so I was like, it's probably the fuel injector. So I ordered some new fuel injectors, which I wanted to do anyways. There's a guy out of California that remanufactures them, does a real good job, has great reviews. So for $90 I got 8 new ones coming in. It's not going to hurt to put them on. So anyways, I was talking to my friend on the phone. I'm like, well, maybe I'll just try moving the timing and switching the distributor around 180 degrees. So I basically got underneath there and I rotated it so the rotor was pointing over here, and then I pulled the distributor out, basically turned it, put the cap back on, tightened it down, and I got in and it fired up on the first freaking get-go. Now I had to warm up a little bit, and I'll still have to do some timing to it. I might have to take this distributor out and move it a cog over because it seems to want to go this way. Let me see, this way here to get it to run a little bit better. But as you can see, it's hitting up against the housing here. So I'm just going to have to probably move this a cog or two over so I can get it to time and run just a tad bit better. I don't really like this whole snorkel contraption I have here, but a lot of the stuff that I did here, I just wanted to try to get this car running, which I now have it running. I'm happy with it, but that was just a couple things I ran into today trying to get this thing up and going. So just kind of FYI.